Welcome back, Jayhawks fans, to Over 50 today. Kansas took care of the Mean Green of North Texas, 71-59. Wasn't really much of a game. Kansas let North Texas back in at the end of the first half. They were up by like 13 or 14, and they let them get back to within 8 at the half, as you can see over the score of 35-27. But Kansas played pretty well. I did want to point out Tyler Perry for the Mean Green of North Texas. He's got some skills. I guess they said he was a junior college transfer, but you can see in 32 minutes scored 23 points, 8 of 16 shooting from the field, 1 of 5 from three-point land. So that was kind of good that he wasn't clicking on those. He hit all of his free throws. So he had a good day for North Texas, but North Texas just generally, they shot under 40% from the field, and they only shot just under 15% from three-point range. And Kansas didn't foul a whole lot, so they only had 11 free throw attempts. They made 81% of those, but it's not like they went to the line 27 times and made 81% of them. Kansas had some really balanced scoring. There was three players in double figures. Abaji, his National Player of the Year hype will probably take a hit after this game. I don't really think it should, when you score 18 points on 6 of 12 shooting, 2 for 3 from three-point range, and you hit all your free throws and you're a leader on the floor. I don't think that should deter, but we'll have to just see what happens with that. Christian Brown, CB, had a good game. He had 30 minutes. He put in 16 points, 6 of 8 shooting, only 1 for 3 from three-point range, but he made all of his free throws. Remy Martin, he played just under 30 minutes. He had 15 points, 4 assists. He was 3 for 6 from three-point range, and that is what I really like to see. I mean, he really showed in parts of the game today in different spurts that he could really pour on the points and score and, be a true scorer, not just a shooter. And I also noticed it seemed like when he hit that little, scoring streak, or, he was scoring the basketball and, being successful in the offensive end, that led to him playing better defense. And I'll get into some of his comments post game, because he actually mentioned something about that. I wasn't expecting him to mention, but if you're new here, if you would, please hit the subscribe button. Subscriptions would be helpful for me right now. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you have any comments or questions, drop them down below. Share this video with your friends out there. And let's just continue on. So the Jayhawks, they will face after beating North Texas, they'll face Dayton tomorrow. And I believe that will be a 1:30 game. I'll try to pull that up for you here in a second. Some other players that had some notable performances, not for really the reasons you want, but David McCormick, only 13 minutes, 3 points. If I can highlight everything. Just not a good day for David McCormick. 1 for 6 on field goals. David McCormick needs to learn that when you're 6'10", you don't need to bring the ball back down. Just go up and dunk everything. I know he's not, Azubuike. We can't expect him to be Azubuike, but he needs to sort of try to channel his inner Azubuike, however much of it he has, and just be a man amongst boys down below. Kansas went with a small lineup. Jalen Wilson was back today. Jalen played 18 minutes, and in those 18 minutes, I think he was very productive. I mean, he had 7 points. He pushed the ball in transition. You can look here, he had 4 assists, so that kind of goes with what Self was saying about, pushing the ball. He only had 1 turnover. So those are all good things you look for in someone that can run a fast break. Bill Self mentioned, I'll get into more of his comments here in a second, but he said these 18 minutes that Jalen Wilson played today, that will probably be the shortest amount that he plays the rest of the year, unless, of course, he's in some kind of massive foul trouble. That's the only thing I could see that would keep him, from having a, more significant role in minutes. But if we look at the schedule, and hopefully that's going to show me what I wanted to see. let's see, we'll just come back up here and click there. So schedule, well, they don't have it on here, but I do remember seeing that it's Dayton tomorrow and it's at 1:30. That'll be on ESPN. So, I will, definitely do a review of that game. I'm going to do a quick preview of it here. You can see McCormick throwing down a vicious alley-oop slam. Well, if you go to his line, he was 1 for 6. So if you want to click this right here, I'm not going to click it because I'll get a copyright thing. Of course, I don't have enough subscribers to get, monetized. So, I guess I probably could click it and it wouldn't hurt anything. But, you can click that if you want to, and you can see him throw that down. That was really an awesome play. It really, pumped up the crowd. But other than that, David McCormick didn't do much. Remy Martin and CB were interviewed post game, and Remy Martin says that his back still hurts a little bit, but he's going to get some treatment on it. He feels like he'll be ready to go, and Bill Self echoed that in his comments. Remy Martin went on to say that he needs to play better across the board as far as his defense goes. He's got great lateral quickness, but he needs to do more. He needs to be more solid. Solid was the term that Remy Martin used. I already told you that, I felt like when he was scoring and he was sort of taking over, he played better defense. So hopefully, he doesn't have to score to play good defense, because he's coming from a program in Arizona State where they basically let him do what he wanted when he wanted to. That's why he was able to average almost 20 points a game. So he's going to have to come in here to Kansas, and he's going to have to play Bill Self's way. If he plays Bill Self's way, then everything will be fine. But Remy and CB were asked about Jalen and his impact, and they said that having him back was amazing and that he's going to help them win many more games. And Bill Self, I just have a few notes here from his post-game presser. He said that Remy will play tomorrow. He doesn't see the back being an issue, but it was tweaked there at the end. But he said he showed flashes of good defense, but then he also showed flashes of bad defense. But he got KU on that roll in the second half with those 2 threes, and then he just blew by somebody and laid it in at the hoop like they were just standing still. I already told you about what Self said about Jalen Wilson, really good at pushing the ball in his 18 minutes. CB and Ochai had good first halves, but they just kind of gave up on defense at the end, and that's why the halftime score was 37-25. When asked about McCormick being unlucky, Bill Self was very candid in saying he didn't know if it's necessarily luck or not. I mean, David needs to play better. He said that it wasn't bad luck. He's got to play better, and they played better when he was out of the game. That was a quote from Self. And I mean, he only played 13 minutes, and they played pretty good without him on the floor. Zach Clements came in and gave some good time. Self went on to say that Lightfoot even gave great minutes. I don't remember what his production was. I could try to find that here real quick. Might be easier said than done. Let's see. Let's go back and see what Lightfoot's production was. But he was not very pleased with McCormick, to say the least. And let's see, Lightfoot, where's he at? There he is. 14 minutes, 3 for 5 field goals, 2 for 2 on his free throws, 3 rebounds, 1 turnover, 3 personal fouls, 8 points. So in Lightfoot's 14 minutes, he had 8 points, but in McCormick's 13 minutes, he had 3 points. So definitely Lightfoot, came in and saved the day. His thoughts on Dayton, he said they press a lot more. So they're going to pressure the ball coming up the floor. So Kansas is going to have to get into their sets much quicker, and because they're going to have less of a shot clock to work with than if they were just bringing it up at their own pace, and you can be setting things up as you're bringing the ball across the midcourt timeline. So with that, I'm going to end this video. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment down below, share this video with your friends out there. And until tomorrow, hopefully we have a win to celebrate over Dayton. We'll be looking at playing, whoever comes out of the bottom part of that bracket. But until then, Rock Chalk Jayhawk, and I hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving. Later.